quick. I work from home and I'm on the clock right now, so they don't really like it when I do this. I'm from a small town. We have any small town people here? Yeah. What kind of meds are you on? What therapists? Do you have a therapist I connect with? I'm just trying to connect with someone. Recently, I went back to my small town to see a friend of mine, and we were talking. He was talking about living near some trains and how like loud they are, and he's describing like the sound, not the train moving along the tracks, but like the horn. He's like, you know, the horn. I'm like, yeah, everyone knows the horn. I'm familiar with Quad City DJs. He did not. So he decided to give me an example of the horn, but he's like, he goes, auga. That's what he does. And for those of you that aren't autistic, that's not the sound that a train makes. It's the sound that a cartoon wolf makes. He sees a pretty lady, his eyes pop out, starts hitting himself in the head with a frying pan, but he went with that. I was back in town to see my family. I actually see my family for a funeral. Seeing my family is really interesting. Seeing them always makes me want to, I don't know, take off my glasses, because I've seen enough. So I was talking to my parents. They decided to make all their funeral arrangements, like all of them. They're both still alive, but they just did everything. And they went to the funeral home and made all their arrangements. They had one more meeting to go to, I guess, kind of thing. And meet with the guy at the funeral home. They're talking, and him and my dad are both deer hunters, small town stuff. But they get to talking enough that this guy offers my dad some deer meat, and my dad just takes it from the guy at like the body disposal store. And I don't. As soon as he tells me the story, I'm like, did you see the guy kill the deer? I'm probably going to be taking the chicken to their house for a while. They were getting this meat because my dad recently had a heart scare, had like a heart attack. He's 69, happens. And so they decided to make some healthy changes. I walk into their kitchen and they're like, we're getting rid of all the trans fats. And I was like, okay guys, I don't really want to talk about politics right now. And for the last time, you cannot call people fats, but that's not what they were talking about. They're talking about changing like their cooking oil. They're gonna stop deep frying everything. And that's not the end of the sentence, I wish it was. They're gonna stop deep frying everything in vegetable oil. They're gonna start deep frying everything in olive oil. Big change there. I was there, I tried to negotiate. It was like a hostage situation. I thought maybe we could like air fry it or steam it or eat it raw, anything. I was not successful, wasn't successful. I failed the squashes. I think what happened is like the microplastics in my brain and the lead in their brain just wasn't like kissing. So we were unsuccessful, but there's good news. Olive oil heats up. Olive oil smokes a lot. Suddenly their kitchen looks like a Whitesnake music video. And as I'm looking for my mother in the haze, I realized something. They're not going to die of a heart attack. Put that to rest, not going to happen. They're both going to perish in a very tragic and unpreventable oil fire. So that brought me a lot of comfort and a little bit of warmth. Thinking about olives lately, olives have gotten crazy. Okay, you used to get them like pitted, maybe they'd have a pimento in there. Yeah, you get them with like jalapenos, and there's garlic. I had some with cheese. I have a theory about this, okay? I think they take the virgin olives and they turn them into oil, and then they take like the really slutty olives, and they just like shove something in there, I got something that had butt plugs. They were briny, but they weren't bad. I went to a club the other day, and I walked up to the bouncer, and immediately he's like, wow, you got a firm grip. And that was really nice to hear. I've been working out, like I've been trying to get more fit, okay? And the whole reason I started working out was to get a better hand job in the first place. So like, it really like boosted my confidence that he was willing to say that. It was right there, the entrance. But that was really good. I read the other day about melatonin addiction. Did y'all know that you could get addicted to melatonin? You can get addicted to it. And that got me to thinking, like, is there like, is there Melatonin Anonymous? Like, big room, like people like this going to like MA, like they're just wired, tired, grumpy. They're like, I'm not sleepy, you're the sleepy one, accusatory. The guy in the corner though, Terry, he's just like drowsy, slouched in his chair. And they're like, yes, there he is, he fell off the wagon. Yeah, he renaps. So, yeah. I mentioned I was going to a funeral. I went back home to go to a funeral, my grandma's funeral. Before the funeral, I got this nose ring here. And I don't know if people think about this when they get a nose ring, probably because of mental illness. But I didn't think, what if I have to be a pallbearer for my grandmother who still calls wheat jazz cabbage, and still refers to the civil rights movement as uncertain times. But I did have to do that. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm not. I know you wouldn't like. I know Jesus wouldn't like that. This is tacky, but I'm not. I'm not going to pull it out. Work those words. Nose rings are really confusing, and I'll explain why. When I got this, anyone remember in school you could have like a gay ear? Like you could get your ear pierced, and suddenly your ear will out you. It'll like your lobe will just be like gay. Like, all of a sudden. I didn't want to make that same mistake with my nose. Did a little research, went and got it pierced. I messed up. Okay. Turns out both sides of the nose are the gay side. I didn't know that. I also might be loosely affiliated with Antifa. Didn't realize that either. Anyway, I don't, like I said, I'm not, like I told Grandma poorly, I'm not going to pull it out. So I guess I'll just have to get used to the way penis tastes. I'm not sure what else to do. Do y'all know any? I don't have any other ideas. I don't know. I should have kind of known, I guess, a little bit, like, nostrils sound a little bit like a slur. Like, there are words that sound like slurs. Can we agree on that? Thinking, like, water spigot. And someone's like, go turn on the water with that spigot. I'm like, oh, okay. Good Lord. Why don't we take a step back? Is everything okay at home? You could have said, like, faucet. You could have said hydrant. Could have sounded like a cool firefighter. No, went with spigot. I don't know why we have to get out your evil thesaurus to discuss this. I don't know. I could go on and on about this, y'all. Obviously, I don't get behind spigotry. I don't support that at all. That's not a thing of mine. So I just don't support that. I've been reading about AI psychosis. You hear about this? It's like you can like have too many conversations with AI, and you'll have like a psychotic break. Did you know about this? Yeah. And there's just another example of the jobs that AI are stealing from like regular people. Because for me, if I want to feel bad, I go back to my hometown, see what's going on there, talk to my parents a little bit, tell them about what's happening in my life, and then I feel like shit. I don't need to now these young kids, they've got to get on a computer and they've got to create an account so that they can have a psychotic break. I don't know. I'm with the boomers on this one. We need to get back to a simpler time. My name is Bobby Baldwin. That's everything I've got for tonight. I thank you so much.
Bobby Baldwin, everybody! Let's give that applause for all the comments you can hear tonight.